Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about two of the biggest players in the world, and we'll break down this headline between Cardano and NASA. And we're going to look into kind of the price implications of what this could do to ADA moving forward. Let's talk about this partnership and if it's true. All right. So if you guys are all new to the channel, awesome. Welcome. Glad to have you. Totally free to do so. Hit that subscribe button down below. It's just a great way to stay up to date with what's going on in the crypto space. And think of it more of as a follow. Okay. It's not actually like you're subscribing to something that's going to cost you money. But if you do want to join and get into the updates that we do give you guys each and every day, not just with Cardano, but with all of crypto, make sure you guys all follow me down below. Okay. Also, I do have a handle in the bottom left of your screen. If you want to give me a follow on X as well, gladly appreciate it. Okay. But let's get into it. Let's talk about it. And this is the big headline of the day. Okay. How high could Cardano's price go if NASA and Cardano, if this partnership is true? Okay. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. But first, I do want to share with you guys the crypto bubbles on the day. It is a red day. Bitcoin is down 2.1%. Cardano just outside the top 10, trading down 2.7 or 2.3% at the time we're currently recording. And you can see here for ADA, all right, this is one where we've basically been flat, down almost 10% on the month and at a $12.14 billion market cap. All right, so it's important to not lose track of the thought that Cardano has fallen out of the top 10 this year, but I'm still bullish on ADA, one of my biggest holdings that I currently have. So I'm going to give you guys this update. And as always, though, please remember, not financial advice, always do your own research and due diligence. But this is where we're looking at, a NASA and Cardano partnership, okay? So let's talk about it. If you guys hold ADA, this is exciting just in its own right. But this article coming out of CoinGap talks about a potential 132% surge that we have seen within these rumors from NASA's partnership that has saturated social media. We're going to watch a video of NASA engineer Matthew Weierwick present and speaking at the Dubai Cardano Summit. And we did see, once again, guys, and as always, everybody talks about Cardano's price is flat. It's not going anywhere. And even on news such as this, the price barely reacted to the speculation amid this partnership, despite all this heavy selling pressure that we have seen. Now, can this change? Okay. Cardano, like we've said, it's flat. It's probably down if you want to get more so into it. But that's something where we've seen Bitcoin getting down below the 72,000 mark. If we look at BTC right now on the charts, and you could talk about the riser of all tides, trading here at 70,532. So we are down 2.1% on the day, despite having a high of 72.7 and some change. Okay. But let's get back into it. And this is where we're looking at Cardano. It has been essentially for the month of October a flat crypto. Okay. We've gotten as low as 31 and as high as 37. So not really any avenues to swing trade or get into anything like that. Cardano is for me a long-term hold for me. It's something that I'm staking currently, and I don't have any intentions to sell it or think about selling it until 2029, 2030. That's just my mindset. I'll never tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold a crypto. Always do your own research when it comes down to anything financial. Okay, but if this is true, okay, this is where a lot of people think that this groundbreaking project that the Cardano Foundation will be working on with NASA, the potentiality and possibilities are kind of limitless. Now, getting blockchain into outer space, that's a huge step forward. Now, I want to take some time. We're going to look at this clip here from X where you can see what exactly is going down when we talk about this. Okay. And here we go, guys.
We have been educating NASA on some blockchain topics. A proof of concept has been done to help them track some supply chain pieces of equipment.
Okay, so using blockchain to track supply chain pieces of equipment. Now, at face value, that doesn't seem like anything in terms of space exploration. It seems more like of a logistics supply chain kind of situation where we all know the purposes and the roles blockchain has in those areas. Now, the official information from Cardano Global Communications Director Renaud Mooney is suggesting that could be some validity to these rumors. Okay, and obviously with this proprietary stuff that comes about, you're never really going to get a straight story until it's time to actually release that. A lot of this information is released strategically, but this is where that NASA systems engineer Matthew Weierwick is explaining how blockchain can be used in transforming space mission design and efficiency by integrating a decentralized digital tracking technology that removes the middlemen and reduces costs for multinationals. Okay. All right. At face value, that seems basically minute. Okay. It's not something crazy to talk about. It's not something earth breaking where I'm looking to just say, oh my God, Cardano and NASA, I'm going to just sell my house and buy Cardano. Not a shot. Okay. But now that we talk about this, this is something where we look into some projections for Cardano. And that is where we look at the forecast, where a lot of people think in November, Cardano will be based upon a 2020 historical run that we did see some price action. And this is coming out from one of the crypto analysts, Ali. A lot of people are kind of either for or against as an analyst, but nonetheless, it is still relevant to talk about. So I am going to give him a shout out. Make sure you give him a follow on X as well. And me, if you have not already followed me, my handle is at tcryptomark on X. And according to this 2020 historical data, okay, this is where we look at Cardano to top out by September 2025, around $6.31 per coin. Now, this is coming out from Ali as well, where we do see this historical kind of comparison where you could see the COVID crash, all right, and Cardano was down 56%, and then all of a sudden booming, getting as high as $3.85. And that was the high point, $3.85. Okay, excuse me. But now, as we look into this again, this is where, judging by the numbers today, as we look at Cardano at 34 cents, it's going to be something similar where if you do believe in his historical kind of overlap, $6.31 is that projection that Ali has for ADA. And you can see this right here based on the data that I'm going to pull up on your screen, where we did get this huge 75 correlating percentage increase from this time period. That is what Ali is projecting. So let me know down below in the comments, do you guys agree with this? Are you for or against this prediction? But more so, I'm kind of curious if this could be even a little bit more kind of on the lower end if this NASA partnership with ADA gets some steam. Now, I told you guys, this is something where you look at where this draws in revenue, right? Other than people just buying into the narrative, it does not feed back directly to ADA. Yes, it's going to help with volume, but it's not going to be something earth shattering, like I said, that's going to attract investors such as a Cardano ETF. Okay. But that's kind of where we're looking at. And if we want to talk further about the price analysis with Cardano, we do have a lot of resistance at 80 cents. I think a lot of people would be selling out of Cardano if we hit 80 cents. For me, like I told you guys, I'm not selling till 2030. All right. And that's kind of how I view it. If we do get some crazy price action, we'll evaluate that as we go. But for right now, my price predictions and my strategy involving my old holdings is at that 2029, 2030 kind of expectation. So if we do bust out from 80 cents, that would be absolutely fantastic. And what we see right now is Cardano has a little bit of a kind of tight holding pattern that we're seeing as we really can't figure it out, right? Nobody really wants to know. Nobody really can make up their mind, I guess, if Cardano is going to be a top 10 crypto or not. I believe it is, but my money can only go so far in moving the needle. And as we look at Cardano, a poor month, down 10%, we need to change the narrative. We need to get a little bullish, and we want to look at kind of the zooming out of ADA, because if we want to get back to this level where we were at 80 cents, it's going to take a lot of steam coming out from the markets. And I do think that we are kind of lining up for repeating this historical pattern that we saw in 2020. I don't think NASA is going to get us there, but it's a cool story nonetheless and a great partnership that I felt it was relevant to talk about this video. So appreciate you guys watching. Let me know down below in the comments. And do you think that this partnership collaboration with NASA is going to be something that moves the needle, or do you think it's just something where it's basically all for nothing at this present time? All right. I want to know your thoughts down below. As always,